Salesforce out with its latest earnings. Let's bring in the man of the hour, Salesforce co-founder, chairman, and CEO Marc Benioff. Marc, always nice to get some time with you right after your earnings call. There seems to be a lot of focus on the first quarter guidance. How should investors think about your first quarter guidance and what you put out there for the rest of the year?
Well, Brian, you can see this is probably the best quarter we've ever had. It's our first $10 billion quarter. Amazing. We delivered a great year, about $40 billion in revenue, but this year is now fiscal year 26 into the 40 billions. Kind of amazing. I guess it was 38 billion last year, and now I'm into the 40 billions. We're only the third software company ever to deliver revenue in the 40 billions. We also delivered incredible cash flow for the year with 13.1 billion and 14.5 billion expected this year in cash flow. So margins of increasing from where we kind of first guided a year ago, about 32.5%, to we'll deliver 34% in fiscal year 26. So all of that's really exciting. And we'll have a great year. Now, one of the things that even these revenue numbers are really high, like the 37.9 billion that we delivered last year, it would have been 200 million higher without foreign exchange. We're fighting a really strong dollar. This dollar has gotten really stronger. The weaker euro, the weaker yen moves against us for our revenue number. And then for this year, we're saying that we're going to deliver about 40.9 billion. And that would have been also much higher if it wasn't for this foreign exchange, probably another couple hundred something, few hundred million. So we don't control the foreign exchange. So it was a great year. It's going to be another great year.
The core business, the core Salesforce business, Marc, have you seen any changes in demand to kick off this year versus what you saw in the prior quarter?
We're seeing an incredible moment. I've never been through anything like this, this is the moment of the digital labor revolution. And the digital labor revolution is all about humans with agents working together. And we've been talking about that for a few months now, haven't we? And we're only going to be talking about that in the future. This is where everybody's going, what everything is doing. You look even at our website, help.salesforce.com, that went live a few months ago. We've now delivered over 380,000 conversations between agents and our customers. They work in partnership with our thousands of customer support reps. We have about 9,000 customer support reps, and that is an 84% accuracy rate, which is pretty awesome for our customers. So we're really showing them through our own best practice what they can do for their business. And we're seeing a lot of customers start to deploy that. You've seen it right on the web, where you see companies like Remarkable and companies like Equinox deliver it already live, and a lot more coming.
Did I hear you right on the earnings call, Marc, that you're not hiring engineers this year? How are you going to get out all this AI stuff?
Well, we've had incredible productivity increases, and we're seeing more productivity increases with our engineering organization, about 30% increase with these new software tools. And I think you're going to see us be able to hold some of those engineering hires flat for the year. So we will increase our sales force, probably increase our sales organization 10 to 20%, because working with our customers is, while it's something that the agents are really going to be able to start doing in an aggressive way this year, not only doing service, but doing sales. That kind of conversation, like the one that we're having, is still really important in person, especially for these very large customers. I mean, in the quarter, we did this incredible transaction, Brian, with Lennar. They are based in Miami. They're one of the largest home builders. You should go there and check it out. They have incredible CEOs, Stuart and John. And their team came to Dreamforce, just like you did. And they came back, they did a hackathon and found 5 amazing use cases that are going to really impact their margin and their revenue in incredible new ways. So that was pretty cool. And so you're going to see them do things like be able to sell mortgages or insurance and all kinds of new products, but also service their customers 24/7 and do things that they've always wanted to do. And they'll do them, in partnership between their humans and agents.
Mark, you're of course, you know NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang. I've seen you on stage with him before. I mean, you're on your earnings call, so you couldn't listen to his earnings call. But there's this debate on the street that we've seen. We're going to see a digestion period in AI, and things may slow down. I mean, do you see any of this at all?
What I've seen is every single one of our customers want to have a conversation about how they're going to transform right now. They see this incredible opportunity. They've made huge investments in Salesforce apps, sales, service, marketing, commerce, Slack, Tableau, our platform, a field service, on and on and on. And then they've been deploying our data cloud, and that did 50 trillion transactions, I think it was this year. I don't have the numbers exactly in front of me, but it's incredible. And then we have the agentic layer on top of that. And that idea that we have a trinity kind of of apps, data, and agents, that's very exciting. And so when we look at a huge customer, like I'll pick one, like Singapore Air did a huge transaction with us in the quarter, where their CEO Go, who's an incredible person, delivers one of the highest quality customer experiences on an airline ever in the world. He wants to augment all of that with Agentforce. And that is very exciting to me.
Do you still need, do you have enough NVIDIA chips? I mean, you calling Jensen, hey, I need more chips. Demand's so crazy. I mean, is it still that intense?
That isn't how we work. So there's a lot of companies who are investing aggressively in building data centers. You've probably read the news stories. These aren't small investments. These companies are harvesting their cash flows and their margins. And what they're doing is they're building $10, $100 billion, $200 billion data centers, like incredible. And then we want to be a customer of those data centers and take advantage of the super low prices that we can get just running Salesforce in their data centers. We used to have our own proprietary data centers, and we still have some, but we've really moved to, using Amazon, Alibaba, and Google to run our services. And it was a great decision for us to help us lower our costs and deploy more quickly for our customers.
Sounds like you, you sounded like you have inked a lot more deals for Agentforce compared to the last time I talked to you. As you look at the guidance for this year, why only a modest contribution from Agentforce?
Well, of course, we're running a deferred revenue model, and so it takes a while for the revenue to build up. And also, the level of scale that we're delivering, Brian, is incredible. We're not a small company. We're now, as you can see, there's only Microsoft and Oracle have ever delivered revenue above 40 billion. So we're in rarefied air. So it will take a while then for Data Cloud and Agentforce to get up there, but you can see it's going to be in the billions this year. So Agentforce and Data Cloud together are in the billions this year. That's very exciting. We can see it's already at a $900 million ARR, and it's going to get much, much higher. The growth rate is triple digits. So that is incredibly exciting for us.
The margin guidance for this current year, you're still looking for margins to be up year over year. And you've told me repeatedly the past few years, we're focused on margins. What has to happen for you to deliver upside on that goal you put out?
Well, our margins are already way ahead of our peers. Our cash flow is way ahead of our peers already. You can see these numbers are for the year. We started this year with about 32.5% margins, and now we're saying next year is going to be about 34% margins. And also this year we're delivering, Brian, we delivered 13.1 billion in cash flow, and this year we'll deliver 14.5 billion. And if you can tell me, Brian, how many software companies, CEOs you're talking to are delivering 14.5 billion in cash flow this year, I'd love to hear about that.
We'll have to take that offline. I can't think of any off the top of my head, Mark. But
two more. Company is generating a lot of cash, way more than I ever expected.
Two more for you before I let you go. I know you're a busy guy, especially on earnings night. There was this headline, not from Yahoo Finance, crossed my screen a little while ago while you were on the earnings call. It said this quarter from Salesforce is dimming hopes for AI agents. I would just respond to that.
I think people always overestimate what you can do in 1 year and underestimate what you can do in 1 decade. I've seen it over and over and over in my career, and people forget that we have just introduced this product 90 days ago. You were there when we launched it at Dreamforce. And now you can see we've already signed 5,000 transactions. We've done 3,000 paid transactions. And of the 3,000 paid transactions, we've seen incredible deals. With one telecommunications customer, it was about, I think, about a $20 million transaction for us. That's $20 million in ACV is probably a $60 million total deal. And in that transactions, of course, they're buying our data cloud. They're buying the apps. Maybe all in, that's, call it $12 or $13 million of ACV. The Agentforce transaction was like $7 million. So it was very optimistic for terms of how customers are going to bundle together the apps, the data cloud, and the agents, and we're going to deliver a complete transaction for that customer. And you're right, it will take then time over time for us to do those transactions. We did more than 400 transactions, over $1 million in the fourth quarter. So it was, as I said, best quarter we've ever had. And now the whole question is, how do we kind of, continue to accelerate the whole product line and deliver this vision of the digital labor revolution that we see unfolding.
Last time I saw you at Davos World Economic Forum, Mark, but before then it was December. The election just finished. Doge was still getting up and running. Now we're a couple months in. You said Doge is good. We're going to help better balance our budget. Some of this inefficiency in government has to be done. Where you sit now, are you happy with how things are going? And I think you even said on your earnings call, Doge is using Slack.
Well, the U.S. government is a huge Salesforce customer. Doge uses Slack. And of course, we do the customer service and support for our veterans. We have so many important and exciting things that we do at Salesforce with the government. And I think it's a huge opportunity for the government to be more efficient, more productive, and more automated. And I'm glad that they're doing this work.
All right, we'll leave it there. Marc Benioff, always nice to get some time with you. Appreciate it. As always, we will talk to you soon.
It's great to see you, Brian.
Likewise.
Thanks so much.